Hey guys, welcome back to Just Be Kind channel. My name is Angela, and today I want to talk to you guys about stop comparing yourself with everybody else out there. And yes, so today I wanted to talk about this topic because for a long time I dealt with this. I had yeah, I'm gonna talk about this. So for a long time I've dealt with this whole thing about comparing yourselves. I have this thing where I thought I had to compare myself with everybody out there. And like, I just want to talk to you guys about this topic because actually I feel that this topic is really useful, and not everybody talks about this topic. So I actually want to talk to you guys about this and how I actually overcome how to stop comparing myself to others was actually last year. I started doing yoga for the first time, and I think yoga has been one of the most challenging thing I've ever done in my life physically. I've done many other types of workouts and exercises, but I feel that yoga, even though I don't know what type of yoga you guys practice, but I practice really tough yoga and really tough asanas, and it was really hard for me to not compare myself to the other people in the class. And one of the main things was, my biggest struggle was my headstand. I went to India, just a little bit back of a story. I went to India back in August last year, and I went for a yoga course. I didn't know what I was signing up for, but I went anyway because that's another video. But I went there, and I started 45 days of yoga, intense yoga, 6 hours a day yoga type of days. And it was really nice at the beginning, like you do one stretch, then you do the other stretch, but it gets difficult when you start doing different type of difficult asanas like headstand, and then wheel pose, and then walking in headstand, and then walking in wheel pose, and all of these different asanas that I didn't know that even exist, or that I could thought that my body could ever do. So I was with other 6 people in my class, and they all were able to achieve headstand within a couple weeks, and I was the only one who couldn't. And I remember one day in class, Rebecca G, which was my teacher at that time for yoga, and she's still my teacher. I remember that day she was, okay, everybody go ahead, do headstand and in the wall. And I remember just being there and being in the position of the headstand, and I just remember starting crying because I could not accomplish this asana. And also I was just comparing myself to everybody else in the class. I was just comparing myself. How could everybody do headstand and not me? Why can't she does it? How can she do it? How can he does it, like do it? And I was just continuously, comparing myself to people. And I realized that I was doing this throughout my whole life, and it was until that moment where I was just crying that Rebecca came up to me, my teacher, and she started, I couldn't even look at her at the eyes, because inside of me I was able to see, wow, I'm comparing myself too much. And she came up to me, and I remember so much how she said to me, she said, you have to stop comparing yourself to others. You have to stop comparing yourself to yourself. And I was like, how am I gonna compare myself to myself? Like, how do you even possibly do that, right? But she said these words, and I was like, how do I compare myself to myself? Like, that's just strange. And then she made some points where she was like, well, you have to start comparing yourself. Like, what were you doing yesterday that you were not doing today? And how you were better from yesterday to today. And I was like, well, it's been a couple weeks and I am way more flexible. I've accomplished many more asanas that I thought I would never, accomplish. And headstand was one of the most difficult asanas for me to accomplish. By the way, I know how to do it. And I learned. At that time, I took that moment so seriously. And instead of comparing myself to other people, I start comparing myself to myself. What is it that I've done today that tomorrow is gonna be better? Or what is it that I can compare myself from yesterday? Like, what have I done to become myself better? Because at the end of the day, like, the own journey is yourself, and the own competition is yourself, and the worst enemy is yourself as well. So this is something that I really took to heart, and I'm not gonna lie, this is a daily practice. The fact that you need to compare yourself to others. Oh, why is she doing better? Or why is he doing better? Or many things. But being able just to change your mentality, and every time you fall into, oh, why am I doing this, or why she's doing this, just realizing, okay, what is it that I am lacking, right? What is it that I have done? What is it that I can do better? And how can I compare myself from the old Angela, for example, to the new Angela? And that is just such a game changer. And it was such a game changer for me, for my whole practice in yoga. And just to understand that this is my journey, this is my life. And this helped me a lot. And I hope that this actually helps you. Because, nowadays we have social media, we have all of these different things that we are constantly comparing ourselves to everybody out there through social media and hoping that this specific body is your body. But bottom line is yourself with yourself at the end of the day. There is no need to compete in work, there is no need to compete in school, there is no need to compete in life, because everybody is going at their own pace. So instead of comparing yourself with everybody else, compare yourself to yourself. What is that thing that you have been able to accomplish? What is that thing that you can become better? For example, today I'm able to do headstand. Then tomorrow I might not be able to complete elbow stand, or vice versa. And being able just to be in the moment and being able just to compare myself to myself will just help you make and become a better version of yourself. So guys, if you have enjoyed this video, if you have learned about anything in this video at all, or if you want to let me know where you guys are tuning from, I would love to know where you guys are tuning in from and watching me from. But for now, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so, because this year I am committed myself to spread love and positivity. But the most important thing, guys, please remember that love and kindness starts within you. But for now, have a great day. Bye. And I learned how to get along, and so you're back. With a hood at. And a nigga in the truck with a wood at. All the niggas acting up with a wolf at. You better bust that, you gon' pull that.